Good morning, Mrs. Kumagai. Thank you for coming in this morning. Before we get going, how would you like me to address you?
You can call me Sarah, please.
Okay. All right. Before we start, I have to read this prepared statement. Thank you, Sarah Kumagai, for agreeing to be interviewed. Your participation will be valuable in evaluating my interviewing skills, which is important for my academic and professional development. The video being produced will be viewed by my classmates, but is not intended for public access. At the end of the course, all materials will be deleted unless other arrangements have been made and approved by you. Any information you provide is voluntary. You do not have to divulge personal information. If you subsequently want to delete certain portions of the interview, I will try to accommodate your request in good faith. If you have any questions regarding this assignment, I could put you in touch with my instructor. Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Do I have your permission to record this interview?
Yes.
All right. Just please tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 51. I work, pretty much full-time as an anesthesiologist. I'm married. I have a husband, a daughter who's 12, and 2 dogs.
Okay. I'm a retired Marine. I served 21 years. Then I taught high school for a period of time. And then when my family and I moved here to Noonan, my wife suggested I go back to school. And now I'm a health and community wellness major at West Georgia and a nutrition minor. And this is part of my nutrition class. Have you ever worked with a nutrition counselor before?
No.
What do you want to achieve in this program?
Eat better.
Okay. So let me just explain a little bit about this process. So I view our counseling relationship as a collaborative process. If that's acceptable to you, I would like to work together as a team to build on the skills you already have to make any dietary changes that you would want to implement.
Okay.
All right. So from reviewing your assessment, your client assessment, it seems like you were happy with your weight. Is that correct?
Pretty much. I mean, wouldn't we all like to be 5 pounds lighter?
Okay. Well, we could discuss any weight monitoring procedures if you'd like, but I'd like to focus on our the diet more than anything right now. But if you want to, if at the end of it, if you want to explore weight loss, then we could talk about how we're going to do weight monitoring.
Okay.
All right, so our agenda for today is we're going to review the forms that you've completed. We'll go over the foods that you typically eat, and if you believe are ready, we will set a goal. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. All right, now that we've gone over the basics of the program, we will explore your needs in greater detail. So I have reviewed your client's lifestyle management form. When you were filling that out, what was your thought process? What were you thinking as you were filling out that form?
I was trying to make it accurate, but I don't know. I wasn't sure about a lot of this stuff I was putting down.
Okay. Well, we could certainly address that, but let's go ahead and let's just talk about your typical day as far as a diet. So today is Wednesday. Tell me from the beginning of yesterday, being Tuesday, what you ate.
Yesterday, I had, for breakfast, I had a Greek yogurt. Then did I have some kefir? No, just a Greek yogurt. I think I was just busy and distracted, so I didn't really eat lunch. And then I noticed I was hungry around 2, so I had a big bowl of popcorn. And then went to my daughter's softball game. And afterwards, we went out for Mexican. I had a burrito, which had some beans with it. What else? It was a chicken burrito. It was good. I had a margarita, and before we went, I had a glass of wine. It was my birthday.
Happy birthday. All right, so let's go back to breakfast.
That was not a good day yesterday.
Okay, so did you have anything to drink?
Coffee with almond milk.
All right, so I'm good. Almond milk. You could let that dog out if you want. How much almond milk would you say you
About a half cup.
half a cup?
And I also...
Okay, well, first of all, I'm sorry for interrupting. So this is a cup.
Yeah,
So you think you put about half of that?
maybe less.
A little bit less? Okay. All right. And then, so the only thing you recall eating for lunch is popcorn. About how much?
A very full bowl, maybe 2 cups.
2 cups? Okay.
It was a Smart Pop with white cheddar.
Oh, with white cheddar. Okay. Did you have anything to drink?
Throughout the day, I had lemonade in my big, tall cup. Maybe 2 or 3 lemonades.
So a glass, I would say, is
Like 2 of those.
so maybe 20 to 24 ounces.
Yeah.
All right.
Add that, all the lemonade flavoring to it.
Okay. All right, and that's the only thing you remember for eating for lunch or snacks during the day?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said you went out to dinner.
Mexican.
You had a burrito. Were there any side dishes with the burrito?
Yeah, there was some beans in a little tortilla. Oh, and we had corn chips in a black bean salsa. And what else? What came with the burrito? We had that.
Was there any, didn't it have any rice?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it did.
All right. Let's go. We'll come back to that in a little bit. All right, so I took the liberty of entering your biographical information into MyPlate. Have you ever heard of MyPlate before?
Yes.
Okay, so based on your age, your gender, MyPlate came up, and you have a copy there, that you need to consume about it says 2,000 calories a day, and broken down into MyPlate, these little like upper left corner would be fruit. So to meet the 2,000 calories, you would have to consume 2 cups of fruit per day. Then for the next little portion of the MyPlate, the green portion, you would have to consume 2.5 cups of vegetables per day.
Okay.
For the grains, which is the upper right hand corner of the plate, you would have to eat 6 ounces of grains. And we like to try to eat the majority of our grains as whole grains. Do you know the difference between whole grains and refined grains?
I think so.
Okay, well, whole grains are just not processed.
Right. So white rice is not a whole grain?
No, rice is not a whole grain.
Just
But
wanted
again,
to clarify that.
all right. Well, I mean, there's other things besides white rice as grains.
Okay.
All right, and then protein for the 2,000 calories, you need about 5.5 ounces.
Okay.
And then dairy would be about 3 cups.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, let's look at your. You remember filling out the food intake sheet.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, the frequency questionnaire. So you listed for the grains about 1 serving a day. For the vegetables, 1 to 2 servings a day. For the fruits, 1 to 2 servings a day. For the dairy, between the high fat or the low fat and the regular whole milk, about 1 serving of each one of those. So 2 cups of dairy per day. And then for the protein or the meats, you said about 1 serving of lean protein and 1 serving of high fat protein per day.
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I could see where you said about.
Yeah.
And then for the nuts and seeds, it looks like you get most of that through your almond milk. Is that correct?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, and then fats and oil, about 1 serving, sweets, about 1 serving, and alcohol, about 1 serving. So let's compare that to the MyPlate recommendation. So, yeah, you have that. So for the fruits, you said 1 to 2 servings. The MyPlate recommendation was 2 cups. So how do you think your fruit consumption compares to the MyPlate recommendation?
I guess I'm not eating enough fruit.
Well,
I
if
don't know, it depends.
If you, on a day that you eat 2 servings or about 2 cups of fruit, do you think you're meeting the MyPlate recommendation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. Sometimes I have an apple. Sometimes I have blueberries. So it just
Okay.
depends.
All right, we'll come back to that. All right, and then for the vegetables, the MyPlate recommendation is 2.5 cups, and you said you get 1 to 2 servings.
Depends. Some days, if I have a salad for lunch, I'm good on vegetables.
Okay. What about grains? So the MyPlate recommendation is 6 ounces. You say you get 1 serving.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right, and then protein, MyPlate recommendation is 5.5 ounces. You say you get 1 serving of low-fat protein, 1 serving of high-fat protein, or about 6 ounces of protein. So how do you think you're?
I think I do good.
All right, and then for dairy, the MyPlate recommendation is 3 cups. You say you get 1 serving of high-fat, 1 serving of low-fat. So you're getting about 2 cups of dairy. So how do you think your dairy intake compares to the MyPlate?
Well, because I usually get most of my dairy is through yogurt. I guess I could do better.
Okay. So overall, how do you think your typical daily diet compares to the MyPlate recommendation?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'd give myself a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay. Well, we're not grading anything. That's not the purpose of counseling. We're trying to come up with where you are, and if you want to make a change, and how we're going to try to implement those changes. So let's keep going on.
All right.
Well, would you like to move on?
Let's move on.
Okay, to get a better idea of how ready you are to make a change, I have a ruler here. With 0 being not at all ready to change, or I guess it starts with 1, and then 10 I'm absolutely ready. Where do you think you are as far as being prepared to make a change?
7.
7, okay. And then how is important? So using that same scale, how important is it for you to make a change?
I think I could do better with fruits and vegetables, apparently dairy. Yeah, I think I could do better. Less junk food.
Okay, but how important is it for you to make the change? So you said
it's important.
So over on the right side important, over on the left side? No.
Right side.
Right side. So fair to say another 7 or 8, somewhere in there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. All right. Well, it sounds like you're pretty much ready to make a change. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. So, so we've identified probably 3 areas, right? on a good day, it sounds like you're getting your fruits, but maybe on a bad day, you're a little bit under. Same for vegetables. You're probably on average getting 1 to 2 cups, but the recommendation is 2.5 cups. So that's a potential area. And then
Depends on if it's a salad day.
okay, well, this might be an easy fix if we want to address those. Or the other one we identified was, it sounds like dairy was maybe not getting up. But of those three, which one would you like to focus on?
Let's say vegetable, grain, and dairy.
No, of those three. Let's just go with vegetables since
We'll
you
go
said
with
that.
vegetables.
Since you said that. But-
Okay, vegetables.
All right. So we have a goal. So let's just talk about the goal setting process. So for us in the nutrition counseling field, we like to use what are called SMART goals. Have you ever heard of SMART goals before?
No.
Okay, it's just an acronym, and you know how military people like acronyms.
So do medical people.
Okay, so
Medical administrators.
okay.
Hospital administrators love acronyms.
Okay, so the SMART goal, excuse me, it's just we want something that's S, specific, M, measurable, A is achievable, R is relevant, and T is timely, I'm sorry. So, can you articulate a specific goal as far as what we said for vegetables?
More, I guess maybe grab for potato chips less and vegetables more.
Well, we never want to do a negative goal. We always
Oh.
want to do a positive goal.
Oh.
So I like the fact that you said, I think a specific is increased vegetable intake. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. All right, great. So then measurable. So we need something quantifiable. If we're getting, say, you said 1 to 2, let's just use, say, 1.5 on average of
Okay.
cups. So to get to 2.5, how many more cups do we need to increase by?
1 to 1.5 cups, I guess, or 1 to a half to 1.
Well, again, if you say you're getting 1 to 2,
Yeah,
on average you're getting 1.5 cups a day. Is that fair?
sure.
So if we need to get to 2.5, how many cups do we need to add per
We
day?
need 1 more.
Okay, so we're gonna say 1 cup a day.
Okay,
Okay, is that fair?
yes.
Is that an achievable goal?
Yes.
Okay, is that relevant?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's just talk about, we came up with these, well, not we, but the FDA came up with My Plate because you've heard about a well-balanced diet, right?
Mhm.
We've all heard about that. So that,
The USDA.
yeah, USDA, I'm sorry. You could let the dog in if you want. That will ensure if you're meeting all these recommendations that you're getting a well-balanced diet. So,
Inside. Bunny, come on. Bunny. Bunny, inside. Bunny, come on. Come on, inside.
okay, so we know it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, timely. How long? Because we want to establish when we're going to try to meet this.
You can do it in a week.
1 week? Okay, within 1 week. All right. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. Are there any barriers to you eating more vegetables? You said you're married, you have a child. Does your husband, does your child, do they like vegetables?
Well, with our daughter, it's a little bit of a struggle. She likes certain vegetables, broccoli,
Okay.
green beans.
Does she like salad?
She likes Caesar salad.
Okay. Will both your husband and your daughter support you in reaching your goal of eating 1 more serving or 1 more cup of vegetable per day?
Yes.
Who does most of the grocery shopping in your household?
My husband does.
Well, do you think you could ask him if we're already kind of see where this is going to go, but maybe he could pick up, to make sure there's salad available.
I think probably some more pre-prepared salads for the days I'm working.
Okay.
Because I don't always have access to a salad bar if I'm not in Noonan.
Okay, great. What are you saying right now about this goal?
I think it's achievable, especially in our house, because there's usually a request to have half a plate of vegetables at night. So I tend to skimp on that when my husband's not around. But anyways, there's usually a push for vegetables with our dinner.
All right, are we being too ambitious about trying to add one more cup of vegetable? All right. What will you say to yourself if you miss a day where you only get, say, 1.5 cups of vegetable?
That could do better tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. We got to remember, this is not. You've got to get all of this, right? Every day you have to eat 2 cups of vegetables, 2.5 cups. I mean, as long as in the long run, over a period of time, that's about what you're getting.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any ideas how you're going to monitor yourself if you're achieving this goal? Does that make sense? Like, do you ever like journal to keep track of anything?
I do currently keep track of the food I'm eating, and
Okay.
it breaks it down into colors for me.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of slacked off the last 2 or 3 days, but I'll get back on it.
Okay. All right. So we're almost about ready to wrap this up. What is your goal?
2.5 vegetables, 2.5 cups of vegetables.
No. What is the SMART goal? What are we adding? Because you're already getting
We're
one
adding at least a half cup of 1 cup of vegetables
per
day.
All right, so that's your goal. Increase your vegetable intake by 1 cup per day.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're just about done. So let's just recap. We've compared your diet to the MyPlate recommendations. We have identified that for the most part, you're eating a well-balanced diet. I did look at your exercise routine. And so the current standard is we want to get 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. And it looks like you're well within that.
I'm good.
Yeah. And again, for the most part, you're pretty close. You're eating a well-balanced diet. It just doesn't completely meet the MyPlate recommendations, but it sounds like you're ready to make the change. Well, it's just really a slight change, really, to your diet to increase your vegetable intake. And so I took the liberty, because I'm a big, hey, you look at something every day that you're going to do it. So I took the liberty of making these pre-prepared signs.
Eat more vegetables.
I'll fix that. But do you think putting that on your refrigerator would help?
Maybe if it's spelled correctly. Maybe you ought to take some reading and writing classes at University of West Georgia, sir.
All right. Do you want to make a follow-up appointment in 2 weeks to see how you've done with?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. Well, Sarah, I've enjoyed meeting you, and more importantly, I've enjoyed collaborating with you as we work together to really just make a slight slight improvement to meet your MyPlate recommendations. Do you have any questions for me at this time?
So how do I handle if I feel that I have done a good job with my vegetables and yet my plate still has a lot of vegetables on it at night? Do I try to overachieve and eat all the extra vegetables?
Well, I mean, if you think you've met the My Plate recommendations, you certainly just eat what you feel.
Okay.
Again, it's a collaborative process. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. You have to, you know you the best.
Okay.
And we've through lots of studies and research, having a counselor tell you this is what you need to do doesn't work.
Okay.
It has to be, the client has to be the focus of effort. You know you the best.
Okay.
So we are just helping you understand what the recommendations are.
Okay. So
And then
I'll just work on saying I'm good on vegetables so that I don't overshoot.
yeah, again, you're the expert as far as what you eat. So Sarah's
Okay.
the expert on Sarah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
All right.